Now to the most controversial part of West Asia, Iran. The complicated US-Iran relationships saw a rare human moment this week as both set a group of prisoners free. But in the backdrop of the tearful reunions, the ties remain just as bleak. Now Washington is set to keeping Tehran miles away from nuclear power. And on the other hand, Iran has an array of diplomatic tricks up its sleeve. The next report brings you more details.
Tears of joy, relief and hugs as 5 American prisoners reunited with their families after years of isolation, agony and confinement. These are dual Iranian-American citizens who had been languishing in prisons in Iran for years.
Freedom! Amazing, it's amazing, unfreaking believable. We're so grateful to be together after 8 years. It's unbelievable. Almost 8 years to the day. It's unbelievable. We're so grateful. It's just, you feel like it's a dream. The nightmare is finally over.
On the other hand, the United States also released 5 Iranian prisoners. Only 2 of them have agreed to return to their country. This was part of a prisoner swap that the 2 countries agreed to. Washington also released frozen Iranian funds in South Korean banks. The funds, worth $6 billion, have now been transferred to Doha.
Begging diplomacy in front of America has never worked, and this dignified method has made us proud.
While this may seem like a major breakthrough, cracks in Iran-US diplomatic ties persist. America released the funds as a concession to Iran for its prisoners, but that by no means indicates a patch-up in strained relations. In fact, the day the prisoner swap happened, US slapped fresh sanctions on Iran.
There are a lot of terrible things happening day in, day out around the world. But there's something so profoundly callous and inhumane about this practice of ripping people from their lives, from their families, from their loved ones, to use them as political pawns.
Sanctions included censoring Iran's intelligence and security ministry and the former President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad for backing the ministry involved in detention of US citizens. The US action can be explained through a phenomenon called Iran's hostage diplomacy. Experts have cited that Iran keeps dual nationals hostage and then uses them to gain bargaining chips from Western nations. Iran mostly claims these citizens are spies. A UN inquiry has been asked to intervene in Iran's growing use of detention to gain concessions. The inquiry is due to report in March 2024. According to Free Nazanin campaign, a UK campaign which worked for the release of the British Iranian citizen, there are about 30 dual nationals in Iran's prisons. The campaign group claims that there is evidence of growing ties between Iranian intelligence and organized criminal gangs across Europe. The relationship allegedly grew from Iran's attempt to abduct individuals from Europe. Experts say Iran is gradually moving towards execution diplomacy, where if Iran's conditions are not agreed upon, it will execute the dual nationals. In making humans bargaining chips, Iran is setting a horrifying and dangerous precedent.
Yeah, he was on me like a... You guys followed.